of course, we're responsible for leasing and managing offshore wind in federal waters. And in the Northeast, we haven't had a presence there because mainly what our work has been in the past has been offshore oil and gas. So we've had a very heavy presence in the Gulf of Mexico, as you can imagine, some in Alaska, some in Southern California. So, coming up into New England after the Energy Policy Act gave us the responsibility for offshore wind, we had to establish contacts with not only other federal agencies, but of course the states and the tribes. So we started out on a process by which we have individual state federal task forces. So there's one for Massachusetts, there's one for Rhode Island, et cetera. I think we have 13 of them now. So we met multiple times with these task forces to talk about what that state saw as the best places to try to access offshore wind energy that would be based in federal waters. It's very much a partnership at that point because there's no point in finding a nice area offshore for federal leasing, but you don't have a place where you can bring the electricity into the state, or you don't have the will in the state for a project that's coming into their coast. And we've had good success with those individual state, federal task forces, and we've developed some wind energy areas offshore that are rather large right now. But as projects come along, they'll be winnowed down, of course, to the environmentally safest and most economical area. So by taking a regional approach now, we've sort of expanded our efforts, and through the process of that, we've come to know the people that are involved and that get involved in these issues, all the way from the public through the agencies. And that's invaluable. The process of working through the spatial planning is really been a great benefit to BOEM, to reach out more, to get better input, to plan its studies a little better and use that information that comes from all the stakeholders in our decision making. So it's been timely, and we see it growing. I think when we do the Ocean Action Plan up in New England, certainly BOEM will have some commitments that we made in that plan. So we're setting the foundation to have this thing be a living document and actually change the way we do things. Well, this regional effort is now bringing data together through these portals that can be layered. So you can take an ecosystem-based approach in your analysis. You have many more tools at your disposal to give good advice to the decision makers. I can picture people going in and saying, yes, there's fishing here and there's transit there, and you might think of putting a wind farm here. But we also have these overlying data sets that show that it's an ecologically important area. You might not want to put it there. So we're getting stronger tools, much more regionally based, which benefits all the individual projects that would be in that region, and frankly avoids a lot of mistakes where you'd run into these issues sooner or later. It's better to know about them in the planning phase, and then everyone using the same data can agree, hey, these are good data, let's make our decisions appropriately. So the spirit of cooperation among all the different entities involved is something that's unique, I think. We're trying to do something new for the nation in a positive way, and I think most people keep that in the back of their minds because it's difficult subject material to negotiate sometimes. But I think most people are seeing the value of being in the room with folks that care and have different perspectives. So.